Okay, here, guys. How are you guys doing? It is me, John Crump, the reporter extraordinaire. And as always, I am joined by my co-host, known as Flying Rich. How are you doing, Flying Rich?
Good, Crumpy. What's up, man?
Not much, not much. Today we're going to be talking about what is going on in New York and how New York does not understand technology because Kathy Hochul, and I almost wore the same shirt, by the way. Kathy Hochul wants to do something very interesting and doesn't understand technology. What Kathy Hochul wants and what it looks like is going to happen in New York is going to pass a law that says all 3D printing companies have to block firearms from their 3D printers. We're going to talk about how they could do that and why it won't work. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back, and we're going to be talking about why this dumbass thing will not work that they want to do. Basically, Kathy Hochul and the New York legislatures are going to pass a law requiring all companies like Bamboo, Creality, and all the other 3D printing companies out there to uh, put some type of firmware on there that will block the printing of 3D printed guns and gun parts, which would basically be they're trying to enact a nationwide ban, even though they're calling it a state ban, but they're not going to sell a certain printer to one state and not sell it to everyone else. Uh, her attempt is futile, and it's not going to work for various reasons. Rich, do you have any input of why it won't work? Because I do.
Well, the all right. So the bamboo is a little bit different because there's an ecosystem, but typically you don't have a closed wall or walled garden ecosystem. Something like an Ender 3, you run everything yourself. You're even the firmware that runs on the printer. So you're in control of the firmware, you're in control of choosing the slicing software, and you can slice whatever object you want and print it.
Well, even with the bamboo, like 2 seconds after they put that out, there's going to be firmware to get around it.
And I forget, I was trying to look it up just now. So somebody took one of the slicers in the past and basically recognized like file names, I believe it was, STL file names, and did not allow them to print or injected errors into the print.
Yeah, that did happen, but you just instead of using bamboo slicer, let's say bamboo slicer does that. You move over to Orco slicer, which is branched off of bamboo slicer, and I'm sure they will just modify that. And if Orca doesn't do that, there will be another people that are going to
Also,
step up and do that.
even on and I'm a big fan of the bamboo printer, but even the hardware. So the main board on the bamboo, there is an open source alternative. You could, if you say I love my bamboo hardware, F bamboo, you could pull the brain out, put a new brain in.
Yeah, and people that are 3D printing firearms aren't exactly dumb. Most of the people that 3D printing firearms are very technically savvy.
Well, actually, people, I guess, what day is it? It is the ninth day of the year. People are form wanting suppressors in 3D printing.
Yep, I have one that's Form 1.
Literally, I just watched a video today, and you can go to the ATF site and request a Form 1, and on the drop down is FTN5, FTN this. So literally, the popular 3D printed suppressors are on a drop down on the ATF site.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, most criminals don't print. If you're smart enough to run a 3D printer, you're probably not a criminal.
Now, everyone's been talking about the firmware, but another part of the proposed legislation is the banning of the files themselves,
Good luck on that.
which has already been through the circuit court level, one circuit over in the third, and they said that you cannot do that because that infringes on freedom of speech.
software or STL files, which is basically a CAD file. Technically, it's a stereolithography file. That's why it's STL. Yeah, that's speech. It's you can't ban that.
No, they're not going to be able to ban it at all because that's going to get overturned. And let's say they go to a circuit court and the circuit court or like upholds and says, "Oh yeah, they can ban it," then that's going to create a circuit split. So not only does Jokel want to ban 3D printed suppressors and handguns and everything by locking down the firmware. They also want to infringe not only on your Second Amendment rights, but your First Amendment rights. And also, they also want these companies to monitor what you're printing too.
Well, Bamboo already does that.
Bamboo already does that, but you can actually make your own printer. The Vorons, for example.
Yep. Yeah. So look, 3D printing did not start out with. It started out with geeks putting together stepper motors and frames and making things. In fact, the Voron community was a Core XY printer before the Bamboo came out, and the printer was, I think, it was over $1,000 worth of parts, and there was a print it forward community. So it's a combination of metal parts and printed parts, and the idea was that somebody helped you build your Voron by printing it forward, printing the parts that you would need, that you then would assemble one and then print the parts for somebody else.
Yeah. And the thing is, that's been going on for a long time. When the printers first started around, that is how like printers started, right?
So 3D printing firearms and the Bruin test. How would that work, Crump?
Well, since there's not going to be any law around there, it would go to how and why. So they wouldn't have to find saying 3D printers, but they would have to show where states, whatever, had laws to prevent people from making their own firearms.
No, not like outlawing blacksmiths or registering blacksmiths or preventing blacksmiths from making certain things.
Yeah, they had to say, hey, where, they would try something stupid, but they would have to show that, that there was a law preventing people from making their own firearms, which doesn't exist. And trust me, I might not be an expert in 3D printing. I mean, I've been 3D printing for a long time. The maker bots and everything those days, whatever. But my family has been involved in 3D printing for a long time.
It's a funny one, yes.
We probably shouldn't get into who my cousin is.
So, yeah,
might be the first FDM printer.
right. Well, and just like any of these things, so what annoys me, so this is a state level challenge because it's Kathy Hochul in New York, and of course Bruin was a New York decision, which again nails on the chalkboard. Drives me crazy that Bruin, the force of Bruin has not been brought to bear against New York. They're still violating the letter of the law of Bruin. But the point is that I'll steal from Jurassic Park. Life will find a way, or just like, hey, we can't have machine guns. Let's have FRTs or super safeties or some other product.
Yeah.
And since today I'm in my Mexican studio, I can show you this. You, at some point in the future, may be able to buy a Huffman Tactical Super Safety.
That'd be
And
cool.
I mean, I'm in Mexico right now. I'm in my Mexican studio.
Yeah. So just Google who invented 3D FDM printing.
It's amazing to me, and again, you're right. I mean, Kathy Hochul, didn't she say black people aren't smart enough to use computers?
Yeah, that is one of the things. Oh, we're on Dark's channel too. Dark's not here. People are saying hello, Dark. He's not
Oh,
here
Dark's
because
here. Or oh no,
that was
that
me.
was you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go live to his channel, but I don't think he minds.
Yeah, it's a shame. I guess you won't have to worry about if black people can't use computers. They can't probably use 3D printers, so you don't have
Yeah,
to worry
she
about
did
that.
say that, didn't she? I remember there was a some dude did a skit where they're playing her saying that, and he's out there and he's like poking the computer with a stick. Everyone's a 3D printer.
Well, you know who's using a 3D printer today?
What's that?
Matt Hoover.
Yeah, not the print firearms. So let's make that very clear. Uh,
He's printing swag. That's his
Wild
ball.
Arms Research and Development says, I printed a rocket launcher. Good luck with their software to try to figure that.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude, I love that guy. Love watching his stuff. Is he going to be at Shot Show?
I don't know.
I
Are you?
don't know if we've met.
Josh Polly wants to know, did she say that? Yes, she said that the black kids don't even know what a computer is.
All right,
That
the exact quote right now we have, young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know how these things. Ouch. Ouch.
why are the progressive woke left so racist?
Well, I mean, blacks also can't get driver's licenses or voter ID, but that's only said by leftists.
Now I gotta.
You're getting asked on X to check your DMs.
I'm looking at my DMs. I don't. For shared post.
So yeah, it's amazing to me that how short the left sell people of color in this country, that they're not smart enough to use computers or own them, and not smart enough to get voter ID.
Yeah. What Greenleaf Dye Labs is talking about is, yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware of. I'm aware of that. I actually got an advanced copy of that article. Letitia James. Um, there's a company called Indie Guns that were doing like P80s and stuff like that. Uh, the owner of Indie Guns has now been extradited from Florida to
New York.
New York. I
That
know
sucks.
I know that Matt Larassiere is going to meet with him in the next few days while possibly representing him. I'm not sure what is going on with that. I'm waiting to get more information, but there is an article by Lee Williams up on AmmoLand. Lee Williams is a coworker of mine over at AmmoLand, and he did an article on it. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and check that out. But yeah, I am aware of what's going on here. But they're charging him with 71 gun crimes, and he's facing 521 years in prison.
I had to read that comment 2 or 3 times.
Oh. Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but Letitia James is not she, she's not a friend to the gun community. She is very anti-gun. Everything that she does is anti-gun, and she is the darling of places like Everytown and Giffords as she's running her illegal or alleged illegal schemes,
Indeed.
her illegal fraud schemes. which is definitely interesting. So to recap here, New York is trying to illegalize free speech by violating your First Amendment rights to try to make code illegal. They are trying to violate your Second Amendment rights by taking away your ability to make a firearm in your home. They are trying to force companies to cook stuff into the firmware to prevent the printing of firearms, which would basically be nationwide. And they don't understand technology because that's not going to work.
But
When the
I can buy 3 parts at Home Depot and on my way to the parking lot build a shotgun.
yeah,
So you need to make Home Depot illegal also.
yeah, I had a friend who grew up in Afghanistan during the Soviet occupation. And what they used to do is get pipes, and they used to take the 7.62 by 39 rounds. And Lawrence is still in Florida. I was told he was extradited, or they're trying to extradite him. I was probably wrong. But what they can do is what he used to do is they get pipes, and as kids would make basically like thick nails, make a firing pin, and use the pipes to fire 7.62 rounds. I mean, they weren't
Well,
accurate. They didn't do it to shoot at each other or shoot at anyone. They just did it to shoot and make noise.
yeah, I mean, a 7.62 round, since it's a neck down cartridge, it's not like a 9mm or a 45 or something like that. You're going to lose a lot of the velocity, but I'm sure it's going to make good bang.
Yeah, well, that's what they used to do it, but that technically would be a firearm.
Well, it's not a rifled barrel. Don't you have to have a rifled barrel to be legal to be a firearm?
No, I mean it can be an AOW.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say rifle. I said firearm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it could be an AOW, which is still a firearm.
And mind you, black powder guns are not firearms.
Yeah, black powder guns are not firearms. Black powder guns, if you have a felony, you can own a black powder gun or an air gun. I have an air gun that shoots 30 caliber.
There's 50 caliber air guns out there.
Yeah, the air gun I have is made for taking down large game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you basically have to have like a scuba tank to fill it up. Well, it's not really a scuba tank; it's a smaller tank, but you fill it up and you get like a couple of shots out.
That's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, them trying to.
Ooh, okay, so I've got a beef with gun control because of this comment.
Yeah.
Because if you make guns and the manufacturer or DIY of guns illegal, the next most lethal thing is really bad. And I'd rather have people with guns illegally doing bad stuff than people with home chemistry kits doing bad stuff.
Yeah. Kurt 24, member for 46 months. Woo. Hi, Crump Rich. Hi, Kurt. Yeah, one of the interesting things is they said they have to go to Home Depot, but you don't have to go to Home Depot. You can go to the freaking grocery store and buy the stuff.
In fact, you probably just have to go under your kitchen sink.
Well, I'm not going to, I'm not going to give away the exact way to do it, but if you have like tinfoil and some Drano and some Brillo scrubbing pads, and that's all you need.
Yeah. So hey, can we give people a recipe on how to get arrested in about an hour?
No.
Buy end caps, buy threaded pipe, 1 foot lengths, and buy Drano.
All right, no, stop. I said I don't want to get too much into it.
Oh, okay. No Drano in my house, ATF.
Yeah, just look up chemical reactions of household materials.
Or don't look up chemical reactions. Do it on the library computer.
Yeah, of household material. I was saying, but I mean, that's how you would you can get the. You would be surprised that you probably have um, everything you need to build something in your house right now.
Yep. Yeah, especially if you got a pool.
Yeah, if you have a pool, you definitely have stuff.
Barton Fink.
I'll call Mr. Vinro back in a minute.
Get him on the air. Send him a link.
No, I'm not going to send him a link. He's probably busy.
But Barton Fink, it doesn't have to be one or the other. It could be both.
Interesting. But yeah, but that's basically it. Just wanted to let you know what's going on in New York because this is effing ridiculous, and they don't understand technology. They can't stop the signal, and they would never ever be able to stop the signal. Funny how they're getting so restricted on 3D printers, but failing at the same time. That's hilarious.
Oh, we're both hitting the button at the same time. Hey, you're not going to stop the signal. It's not, the genie's been uncorked from the bottle. It's like
Pandora's
the
box
nuclear
is
bomb.
open. Pandora's box is open. You cannot
Yeah.
put it back in the bottle. You cannot put the genie back in the bottle. It's done.
Yeah, look, I haven't used my Ender 3 in a while, and I'm keeping it ready to go, ready to plug in and run.
Create G code offline and use thumb drives, no apps.
Amen.
There you go. Rich, you have a few Enders.
No, I only have one Ender 3 now. I sold one to Joe.
How about your Ender 7?
Oh, yeah, I got the Ender 7, yeah.
Because you bought a bunch of printers like in a week.
Yeah, there were some deals.
Black Friday deals, and Rich was like, "Oh, I want that one." Well, I want to wait for this one to go on sale. So let me just buy that
I
one
forgot what I bought some and I sent them back because there was a better deal. Like I bought them, took delivery, returned them. Yeah, there was deal after deal a couple of years ago.
You can't unscrew a woman.
Oh.
Yeah, but they're not going to stop the signal. I mean, they can try to stop the signal, but it's just going to fail over and over and over again.
This one comment. In New York now, muzzle loaders are firearms now?
It's by state law.
Ah, okay.
Federal law, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
State law, it is. There are several different states that now consider muzzle loaders firearms.
Background checks from, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm out of New York.
Yeah, there's
I am a refugee from New York.
There's several states that do that now. But with that, we are going to get out of here. So I want you guys just to have a good weekend. Stay safe. If you're going to SHOT Show, let me know. I'll be out there all week.
Yeah, and you might be able to find them. I won't.
No, I usually do my own thing out there.
But it's tough running around as a group because we all have different goals. I've done that, and it's like you get into a conversation, the group moves on.
Well, I usually have assignments and everything, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually have business meetings for our business.
Oh, like our business?
Our business.
Why have you? Okay.
We can't talk about our business.
Yeah, but you should at least let me know about the meetings.
I got it.
I'd like to at least know what the hell's going on.
Don't worry, you pretty little head. It's all under control.
All right. Are they? So they're okay. Can you at least tell me who they're with? I know there's a couple different companies.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, we have a new project coming out shortly.
It's gonna be after SHOT Show.
It's after SHOT Show. But it's gonna be aftershot show. But I think you guys are gonna like it. No, yeah. Crump sounds like a CFO getting ousted. Alrighty. I should get some. I gotta get the business card. I can get them in by the end of the week. I'll get that taken care of today.
All right, Crumpy.
All right. With that, we are going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay safe, stay ever vigilant, and keep in the fight. I'll see you guys later. Bye.